So when we lived together, this guy knocked on our door one day, and I'm reading. We wrote this all down as soon as he left because it was the most elaborate, weird scam anyone's ever pulled on us. Mm-hmm. And we had to sit and write it down because we're like, did we even hear all that correctly? So the guy knocked on the door. We answer, and he's like, "Are you guys the lady? Are you the lady of the house? Do you consider yourself a nice person?" That was his opening line, and we were like, "Yes and yes."
He also
Wait, are you both standing there?
Yeah, we were both standing there. The way I remember it is we were sitting on the couch.
We opened the door together a lot.
Yeah. Well, no, the door was open. I remember the door was open and we had a screen door. We're never apart.
We were like, the doorbell rang. Let's both go.
We're never apart and we're always holding hands. No, we were sitting on the couch and the door, we lived on the first floor and the door was open and the screen door was closed. And so we heard the guy like saying hi through the screen door. And we were just like, yeah.
That. We have a screen door.
Do people do that?
Yeah.
Strangers?
Hello? UPS. It's like the doorbell still works. Like, what? That's jarring.
Right. No, it was.
Anybody there?
It was kind of like that. Like the guy was yelling. And so we did both get up, I think, just because we're like, who's this dude, right?
And he, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was like, I'm trying to place him like visually. He kind of looked like the lead singer of Sublime.
Yes.
Am I right about
did.
that?
He
like
totally did. He was
I'm
like
sorry,
a bald...
the former lead singer of Sublime.
Yeah, R.I.P. He was like a bald...
You should dedicate this episode.
We should.
Put that in the metadata.
But he was like, I don't know, guy in his maybe like late 20s, right? And he was bald with like tattoos and
he had like a New Jersey accent.
Okay, right,
I totally remember that. Okay.
It's all
so we're
back.
just like, yeah, what's up, man? So we go to the door and he goes, actually, I'm going to have to read this because it's so convoluted. I forget his name. He's like, hey, I go to Syracuse University in New York. I'm a hotel restaurant management major, and I'm also majoring in culinary arts. I'm hoping to open up my own restaurant here in Atlanta after I graduate, and they sent me down here to do a survey to find 200 nice people.
They sent me down here.
I'm not even done. This is his opener. They sent me down here to do a survey to find 200 nice people who believe that I can succeed. If I find 200 people who believe in what I'm doing, I'll get a certain amount of points for each person. And once I reach a certain amount of points total, the school will give me a $15,000 savings bond to use for opening up my own restaurant.
Okay, this is like...
I swear to God, this is real.
If it was not that a school sent him, but he was sent from heaven, right? Like he's bad at being an angel, like Jeremy Piven would be in this.
So
also, do schools give out savings bonds to people?
Yeah,
like a university?
In the 40s? Okay. But that was his opener, okay? So we're both standing there and we're just like, okay. We're both standing in the doorway at this point. I think maybe one of us stood up, and then when he was like mid-paragraph, the other one joined. Right?
So he didn't ask you both if you were the lady of the house.
No.
Okay, all right. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, it was like in the middle of that opener where the other one was like, I got to see what the fuck this is about. So then we're both standing in the doorway, right? Okay. So we're like, all right. And he goes, do you believe that education is important? And Millie, I attribute this to you. You said, yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're both college students, so I'd say that we think it's important. Okay, so then this guy goes, really? Great. Since both of you are college students, you'll count as double points for me in my survey. See, if I interview people who either own their own business or are in college, they are considered a good influence on me and count as double points towards my $15,000. I swear to God, we wrote this down the second he left.
I mean, that doesn't even make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. Business owners or college students get double points.
Well, they're influencers.
This is.
I'm following this.
Now, my second question is, do you both celebrate Christmas? I swear to God. And we were
that should be under the heading of, are you a good person?
Yeah.
And then we're like, yeah. And he goes, well, to prove that you both think education is really important, can I get you both to sing a Christmas carol for me? Do you not remember this?
Oh my God.
Because you're seriously standing there like, what the fuck are you saying? He goes, Can I get you both to sing a Christmas carol for me? I have a tape recorder here, and I'm going to record these, and they will play them on the Syracuse campus radio station.
Oh, well then, no.
Serious? Don't.
Thanks for all the information. Absolutely not.
Don't worry, it's up in New York, so no one will know it's you, and they won't say your names or anything. This is all true, Paul. I swear to God.
I'm not doubting you.
Okay, I'm not even like halfway done with this scam. And we were like, well, what Christmas carol do we need to sing? What if we don't know all the words to it? And he goes, it's okay. I have a sheet with words in my back pocket. So he was like going to get them out of his pocket. And then he went, okay, I'm just kidding. You guys don't really have to sing. Wow, you were really going to sing a Christmas carol for me? The fact that you were actually going to sing proves that you really do believe education is important. So he's like, never mind. You don't really need to sing. That was a test. The fact that you were actually going to sing proves you really do believe education is important. Of course,
Is this
whenever.
true? Did this really happen? You hadn't reassured me in a while.
You suck. Okay. Of course, whenever I ask someone if they think education is important, they automatically say yes. But when it comes down to singing to actually prove it, they usually back out. So then this is when I said, so we aren't singing now? What is it that you want us to do? And he
what are
said,
you here for?
Yes.
That's. I mean, it was like
Right.
We
Yeah.
started to lose our patience and started to be like, okay,
Sure.
we'll cut to the chase. And he goes, well, are you two familiar with the Ronald McDonald House here in Atlanta? And we're like, yeah, totally.
This ties into restaurant school.
Well, along with the points I'll get for you being college students, I'll get points towards my $15,000 for my restaurant for each of the children's books you donate to the Ronald McDonald House. Right. And so at this point, we're both like, okay, so now what do we
It's
do?
all over the place.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's so sloppy.
It was so convoluted.
But it's just like he's trying to cram a bunch of good sounding things into one place.
Totally.
Yes, where it's like, is this charity or do you just need money or like what's happening? So at that point, yeah, we're both like, okay, so we just give you children's books? Like, what do you need from us? Like, we're like, we just go get a children's book and give it to you. So then finally he goes, well, what you have to do is buy the books from me here, and my fraternity will donate them on your behalf, as well as match the points I'll get for your donation and put them towards the $15,000 I get to open up my new restaurant. I have a catalog here, and the highlighted books count towards my points goal. When you buy the books, you'll get a special discount since you're college students, and I will write on the back of your receipt that you get free drinks and a free dinner when I open up my new restaurant. So, this is
Truly the greatest reward.
but also, yet again,
It's nice he included the drinks.
I know the drinks.
first of all, I'm not done, but let's just stop right here.
Okay, Jesus.
Let's stop right here because this is where the superfluous lying thing comes in, where it's like, homie, all you had to do was knock on the door and be like, will you buy some books for me to give to Ron McDonald
Right.
House?
Right.
Because that's even a charitable thing. You don't even have to do the whole story about like how you need to open your own restaurant and we're college students, whatever. You could be like, hey, do you want little kids to read? And like most people would go, yeah, definitely. Okay. So he handed us a catalog of books and we're just like standing there looking through it. And he goes, do you guys know who Louis Anderson is? And we're like, yeah, we know who Louis Anderson is. He's actually really busy with the Family Feud these days and has less time to do stand-up, but my brother-in-law is friends with him, and he was able to get him to help me promote my new restaurant by doing stand-up at the grand opening.
My new restaurant that doesn't exist yet. Right.
But my brother-in-law hired Louis Anderson
Who's very busy with Family Feud.
to do stand-up
Yes,
at the grand
at the
opening of my
Yes.
non-existent restaurant.
Right.
Of which you will get free food and drinks.
That's
if
right.
You give
Well, I
them-
hope it's the same night that Lou's there.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, so Millie goes, as we're looking through the thing, Millie goes, okay, but how much are these children's books? This doesn't have any prices.
What is it? It's just pictures of books?
It's like, yeah, it was like a catalog of books with no prices. And he said, well, you will get them at a discount, but also since you're college students, you will also get half off that, and my fraternity will pay the difference. Like, that doesn't make any
So convoluted.
I know.
And then so I'm like, yeah, but how much will it be? And then, oh, it was books and magazines, because then Millie goes, "How do we have to buy a book, or can we just buy a magazine?" And it says, and then the guy went, "Well, if you get a subscription to Spin or something," this was the 90s, late 90s. "If you get a subscription to Spin or something for yourself, it won't count. Only the highlighted ones count towards my points for the $15,000 for my restaurant. You two look too young to have kids of your own. Do you have nieces or nephews? Maybe you could pick out something they would like. I know everyone hates Barney, so I'll pick another example." And then I said, I feel completely apathetic on the
Well, I'm
subject
sorry.
of Barney.
Does Barney have his own magazine?
I guess he had books.
Okay.
I guess they were children's books starring Barney.
That makes more sense, sure.
So then I said, I feel
I didn't know if Barney had like his own O magazine. Or Barney's on the
He's
cover.
on the cover of every
Barney's on the cover every month.
we're not like,
Barney's favorite thing.
Yeah.
Friendship.
and just
Sharing.
decor where it's like all purple, everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. We'll buy a Barney book. Like, what's the big deal? And he goes, my favorite is Scooby-Doo, so I'll use him as an example. See this book here? And then he pointed some book. Well, this is actually a series of books about Scooby-Doo. It's really cool. You pay one price, and a kid gets 6 or 7 books about Scooby-Doo. And my fraternity counts the
6 or
points
7.
towards the $15,000 for my restaurant, and you get the extra discount on the books. Also, I'll write on the back of your receipt you get free drinks and a free dinner on the opening night of my restaurant, and you'll get to see Louis Anderson doing stand-up.
So it is the same night.
Yes. So then at that point, he got out an order book, like the order form, and it revealed that those books were like $40. And keep in mind, we were both in college. $40? Yes.